As we now know, Justice Kavanaugh's confirmation battle was so vicious, it's become a major election issue for both sides. But what happens next time? Will the process stay the same or maybe get even worse? Constitutional law attorney Jenna Ellis watched the latest confirmation process with dismay.
To see how just incredibly evil the process was, and to see just the screaming and the interruptions of the Senate.
Policy analyst Jeff Hunt of Colorado Christian University also found it disturbing.
It was clear all throughout the Kavanaugh hearings where they're banging on the doors of the U.S. Supreme Court. They're in violent protests.
Hunt and Ellis believe pro-abortion forces attack so furiously because of their panic about what a conservative majority on the court might do to Roe v. Wade.
Women want to have the so-called right to choose, and Kavanaugh is representing everything that the left fears.
This was really just about stopping somebody who might be pro-life, who would look at the Constitution in an original intent way.
That's why a conservative like Judge Amy Coney Barrett, a known pro-life Catholic and constitutionalist, could face even worse attacks if nominated. A number of senators made her faith an issue during her confirmation to a federal appeals court.
She's a woman, and so the attack will be different, but she's a very openly faith-based woman. She's a mom. She's very pro-life. And as Senator Feinstein said, the dogma lies loudly within you. That's going to be partially the attack. And that type of political animosity really has no place in our confirmation hearing process.
Hunt says Barrett or any other pro-life constitutionalist will likely face an onslaught from the left in the Senate and media.
They want to stop them because of their judicial philosophy. And so with Amy, you would get someone who looks at the Constitution and wants to interpret the Constitution according to its original intent. But they're going to throw everything they possibly can to stop it.
Writer David Carter recently observed on the conservative website Ricochet.com the attempted wholesale destruction of Brett Kavanaugh, consisting as it did of lurid, fact-free allegations of the worst kind, ultimately revealed itself to be nothing less than a desperate attempt to keep off of the Supreme Court anyone who might demonstrate fidelity to the Constitution as written. And David French wrote in National Review, many of his, Kavanaugh's, accusers were operating in blatant, obvious bad faith. They were willing, eager even, to destroy him to keep him off the Supreme Court.
That's horrible. We are better as a society and as a country than just trying to seek to destroy someone's reputation solely to win political battles.
Anyone's faith is supposed to be off limits when they're considered for public office, but people's faith has come under attack more and more these days. Even Pastor Andrew Brunson praying at the White House after his release from Turkey.
A couple of the senators remarking how it was so great that he prayed with President Trump in the Oval Office. There was a lot of Twitter attacks against a couple of senators for saying, you know, as a senator and in the Oval Office, there's this separation of church and state. I mean, they're trying to make this the new norm.
What can people of faith do to battle this trend? Ellis says one of the most important ways is to vote, or you may see your rights decay.
If we don't speak truth into our culture and we don't make sure that we are electing the people to best represent and protect our rights in the midterms and in 2020 and beyond, then yes, we're going to start seeing that. We need to be involved in our families and our churches, but also in our civil society. We are members of America, and we need to make sure that we participate.
Voting in those midterms is already happening across the country, and the final day to vote is Election Day itself, November 6th. Paul Strand, CBN News, the Supreme Court.